right, good morning, everybody, or afternoon, actually. Every Monday, we do it right here at the SNSN Studios, where it is Lunch with the Unicorns, the Norwich Sea Unicorns, to be exact. As always, I am joined by the voice of the Norwich Sea Unicorns. It would be Adam Plager, at Play-by-Plager, right? Plager.
That's right.
And today we're also joined by star pitcher who's had a couple of incredible pitching performances the last couple times out, just to date. We'll talk about that. It's Luke Cardman. How are you, Luke?
Good, how are you?
You doing okay?
Yeah, doing well. Excited to be here.
Just make sure you tell when you go home tonight. You say you had the best time, and Mike was so hospitable.
Will do.
Because otherwise Van will be up on me. He did send me a text message.
So I heard, yeah.
He goes, be nice to him. I said, what am I going to do? Be mean to him? What's up, jerk? No. Van and I'll just tell you I'll tell you a little story about him. He, I'm sure you met his daughter, Lindsay.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Who's at my house every so often, by the way.
Nice.
And she was a basketball star at Grizzle High School, and COVID hit. So he actually bought us a camera.
That's what he's telling me.
He really honestly did. I mean, you want to talk about incredible generosity. This
he
guy
really is. Yeah.
He's got no problem helping whoever he wants to help out, and he's gracious about it.
He really is. They're the best. Yeah, he made me lobster for dinner last night.
Did he really?
They're treating me really well.
Have you eaten? Has he made you a strap back yet?
I don't think so.
Is it strap back? Did I mention it right? Deer.
No, but he has mentioned it because he is a big hunter, so I'll have to try that out at some point.
We went over and had it one time. The way he made it was really.
He's
you ever had deer?
Cook.
I think so, but
it was. It's funny because we were doing a football game at Grizzle High School.
Yeah.
And he was helping run a camera that night, and he said, "I have the most tender meat you will ever eat in your life." And I said, "Oh, because when the meat is good, the meat is good."
Right.
So he came over and he gave me a piece, and it was like unreal.
That's awesome.
It really was. It was, but the way he cooked it too. He put jalapenos in it, and okay. Lunch with the Unicorns. We're giving recipes as well.
Hungry.
Huh?
Yeah.
But he did it really, really good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So Adam, you invited Luke in. Tell us why.
Well, I mean, it's safe to say he's been one of our best pitchers this summer, but it's good to bring back a returner second summer in Norwich. So it was exciting to see him come back and always see familiar faces. We have 5 returners on the roster right now overall, but it's cool to see guys come back, and he's been very dominant for us, and we feel like we have a chance to win every time he takes the mound for us. So it's fun to watch. It's fun for me to be the broadcaster calling the action. So, but yeah, Luke's a great guy, and I'm excited to have him join me today and talk some Norwich Sea Unicorns.
So, what's the first question that comes to mind that you wanna ask Luke?
I guess first question that comes to mind. I guess like last summer, right? First summer in the Futures League, playing under Kevin Murphy, now Kyle Dombrowski, but comfortability, I feel like it certainly has been there for you. Have you noticed that? Just feel more comfortable, more confident to every time?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, walking back in the locker room, first day up here, it kind of felt like home. I've really fallen in love with this place. Such a great place to play. Fans are awesome, and just like the support system, Murph and Dembro have been phenomenal leaders for us, and I'm blessed to be able to play up here and just go pitch every 7th day.
Yeah, well, it's exciting to have you come back, and I know we got to see Hector come back too.
Yeah.
What was it like to see him walk back?
It was awesome. Great to see him. I mean, he was a staple of our team last year, and to kind of have him come back is kind of a sign of like, okay, now we're turning it on, getting hot into July, kind of ready to go, make a playoff push. So always nice to have back a guy who's just a stud like that.
It was wild too, because when he took the hill yesterday, we were talking, in headsets to Nick in the control room. And he was like, okay, so the last time he faced the Bravehearts, hit him.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And if you've ever heard the famous call by him, "Good night to say good night to Worcester."
I have that.
Yeah.
That video is awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it obviously because the dugout gets a little superstitious, but
Yeah.
I think we were all thinking it when he came back. That was such a special moment. And my teammate at school, Mac Mara, who was on the championship team last year, that was his first game as a Sea Unicorn last year. So he came up and Hector threw the no hitter. And I remember he was talking to me. He was like, "Man, is every pitcher like this?" And I was like, "No, that was something special. You don't see that too often."
So one of the things that so we were going back and forth in the headset last night. So he 1, 2, 3. I mean, it was a nice play, by the shortstop. And I'm going up, no hitter through 10, no hitter through 11,
Yeah.
and then third inning. He gave up the run and everything, but only on one hit.
So he still had 3 very strong innings.
Yeah.
Why only 3 innings yesterday?
So I think he's on a pitch count. So he's limited to 50 pitches. So that was kind of the plan from the get-go. And we had guys getting warm after that, which is obviously, you want your starters to go out as long as they can. But, I think when you have a guy who's returning like that, you want to kind of ease him into every outing and kind of build that arm stability up.
So he will always be out of pitch counts, just pretty much last night? Or
I'm not totally sure. That's kind of for Hector to answer. But I know he's in the transfer portal right now, so I think that probably has a factor to want to make sure you keep his arm healthy and everything.
Is he gonna now? Where are you going to school?
So I go to Catholic University
Where's that?
in DC,
Okay.
Northeast D3 school. So I love it there. And my coach Bobby Picardo is good friends with Kevin Murphy, so he was the one who sent me up here, and can't thank him enough. It's been awesome.
Now, are you from that area, or?
I am. Yeah, I'm from Northern Virginia, so probably about 45-minute drive from school, which is really nice. So my parents can come see me play.
Sure.
Which is great.
Did you stay with the Van Lannens last year as well?
Yep. Yeah, so they were
So I
kind
thought
of.
the name sounded really, really familiar, from Van before.
Yeah.
By the way, he says venison backstrap. That's what it was. So. Anyway, but I remember him saying last year. So now you had a teammate that was with you this year as well.
Yep.
Where'd he go?
So he was rehabbing off of Tommy John. Are you talking about Mac or my teammate who was living with me?
There's only one there. Now you're the only one there with Van Lannen now, right?
Yeah. So Braden went to UPenn, and he was up here for the start of the summer, rehabbing off of Tommy John, and just kind of getting his feet wet. That was his first collegiate outing earlier this summer. So he's from Seattle, and I think that was a long way home, and just kind of the way the roster shook up. I think he decided it was best to just go pitch in a local league back home.
So he's still pitching.
He is. He's pitching, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta
good.
Text check in on him.
Now, have you been pitching throughout your entire baseball career, or
yeah,
did you play?
Pitching was always the thing that kind of worked best for me. I was never too good of a hitter, unfortunately. So I would hit here and there a little bit in high school, but especially once I got to college, it was time to just be a pitcher.
Focus on that.
Yeah.
So, Adam, as a play-by-play guy, when you watch Luke pitch last year compared to this year, what would you say, or what's your biggest takeaway, on how he's progressed from last year to this year?
I think mound presence. I think it starts with that for every pitcher, and just being confident, just trusting your stuff. And I talk to Zach Itcher, our pitching coach, all the time with all of our pitchers of what he sees from them, and he just praises Luke about his mound presence. He believes in his stuff. It doesn't matter what pitch it is. He believes in that it's going to get outs, and I think we've seen that every start. Doesn't matter who's in there in the batter's box. You have to believe your stuff is better than whoever you're going up against. And I've certainly have noticed that. And I think when it's your second summer back in a league, it helps you feel comfortable, go back to the same organization, and also be able to stay with the same host family too. Everything's familiar, and I think it makes a big difference. You just kind of feel like you more than belong here, and you're a part of that leadership group now when you return. And I think I've noticed that for sure, and it's fun to watch what he does this summer, even last summer too. It's just a matter of continuing to take steps. It's about building blocks, especially for pitchers. It's hard to be an elite pitcher, especially in college ball, continuing to make that transition and make that jump. But I mean, I was looking at some of the stats. First pitch strikes, you have to have it. It's over 70% of the time for Luke this summer. I don't remember what it was like last summer, but I mean, when you're working ahead 0-1, like Itch tells me, more times than not, it's going to be a good day on the mound. It's been a great summer for him on the mound.
Gotcha. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Be back in a minute. We're going to talk to you and see what you feel the differences are between last year and this year. And we're also going to schedule a time for you to have venison backstrap with the Van Planets.
Got to do that.
And we will be there to have dinner with you because it's delicious. So be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Today's program is being brought to you by the Burns Agency in Dayville and Norwich. Home, auto, life insurance, all from a family-owned agency since 1932. Call 860-774-8549 or find them on the web at burnsagency.com and find out why you'll buy better at Burns. The Burns Agency, a Hub International company. Strain Family Motors on Route 12, Lisbon. Quality used cars like the SNSN Strain Family Motors Mobile that you will see at all SNSN sports events. Oil changes, remote car starters, all available and more in their service department. And if you really want to turn up the excitement, rent a Polaris Slingshot for the day and live it up. All available at Strain Family Motors, Route 12 in Lisbon.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Is it safe to visit the dentist? In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
All right, we are back. Just want to mention a couple other sponsors that we have that really make it possible for us to do this and other shows here at SNSN Stream Sports and whatever it is. You can always DM us, anytime if there's any kind of sports that, or any sports contest that you want streamed and brought to your TV or your tablet or whatever device you use. DM us and we'll definitely be open to that. So, but we need your feedback to be able to do stuff like that. So, thank you to Rubino's Full Circle Restaurant on Route 138 in Griswold. Highway Campers on Route 12 in Plainfield. Of course, Capital Property Group, one of our biggest sponsors and supporters for Sea Unicorn Baseball on SNSN and the Futures League Network. Matter of fact, they're going to be there this Thursday. The whole group from Capital Property Group. And they're actually going to throw out the first pitch. Stilly's Automotive on Route 169 in Lisbon. One of the few places that you can get your emissions checked. It's a big deal around here.
Need that for your car.
Yeah, big in the city. And, of course, CIRAC, CIRACCT.org is the place to go for all different types of programs that are dealt around drug prevention, safe usage. The bottom line is people are going to use, so teach them how to do it safe to keep people alive. They're having a resource day and a hygiene drive that you see up on the screen right now on July 18th. It's going to be in Norwich on West Town Street. It's going to be right in their office. They have a big parking lot, and all of that stuff will be available. Whether it's going to be a mouthwash, toothpaste, floss, whatever. If it's something that you can't afford and you need these items, go down to CIRAC. That's going to be 228 West Town Street. If you miss what I said and you wanted to get back when we're done, you can always pop this broadcast on again and rewind right to any specific space that you want to. So anyway, Luke, let's talk about your college year compared to here at the Sea Unicorns. Sounds like you had a little bit of a struggle this year at Catholic University.
Yeah, it was very difficult. I think at times I often struggle to separate myself, the baseball player, from myself, the human being, and just kind of when you tie your success to like your
Right.
self worth, it kind of creates this vicious cycle where every bad outing makes you less and less confident on the mound. Um, and that was just kind of an adjustment I had to make. I think it was good to have kind of a clean slate coming in here. And we had a great year at school. You know what I mean? I think I would have loved to contribute more, but we had such a special group and
Right.
won our conference. And that was kind of a good springboard to come into the summer ready to go and excited to kind of play ball and see where it takes me. So I'm really happy I've been able to kind of make those tweaks and find some success on the mound.
Do you want a caveat off of that, or
Yeah, I mean,
what you got?
I didn't watch him, right? I didn't watch him pitch at Catholic, so I can't speak to what he was doing there, right?
Yep.
So I didn't see those outings. You can see the numbers, but numbers can be deceiving at times. It doesn't tell the full story of any athlete because, like you said, the psyche and the mental side of the game is very real, and you have to find a way, especially as a pitcher, to block out all the outside noise and try and find a way to shut it out. I remember I was a pitcher growing up, and I had a great pitching coach by the name of Justin Sincock, who was actually going to sign a pro contract. He took his next start, and it actually ended his career before he had signed. But that was a big thing that he preached, is the mental side of the game. You can't allow things to distract you or phase you, because one bad pitch can turn into a bad inning, which can turn into a bad start or a bad outing if you let something like that blow up. So, no, it's important, and it's fun to watch what he's been able to do. And I think Luke will say it's a learning experience. You have to learn, how to deal with some of that adversity to get to ultimately where you want to go. I think as far as any athlete's concerned, to live through some of the bad times, but also see like what it does take to eventually have success and now learn how to sustain success. It's all a part of that process, I think.
Did you you're having a good year with the Sea Unicorns? It's like any profession. Well, first I want to caveat something you said as well about stats, and doesn't tell the complete story of any athlete. The only thing it tells the complete story on is if you're playing fantasy baseball, something like that. That's really it. But you can't. You're absolutely right as far as that is concerned. As an athlete or as a pitcher, and enjoying the success that you've had this year, was there just a moment where you went, I got it, or it clicked? It just clicked, and then all of a sudden things started going more your way.
Honestly, a little bit. My roommate Braden earlier, he lent me this book called "Don't Believe Everything You Think," and it was about just kind of how your brain can kind of spin itself out of control at times. And as athletes, we talk about the flow state, and for the longest time, that was kind of one of those things that seemed like mystical, like not a real entity. And I think I've found ways to kind of turn my brain off on the mound and remember it's fun. And when you get into this groove, it's easy to just keep going, keep attacking for first pitch strikes. So that was absolutely a big help. I don't think it was one snap of the finger that changed things. I had plenty of good calls with my coaches at school and my coaches back home, just to kind of see like, hey, where can we make some adjustments and kind of find what's working and what's not working. And kind of, I think I'm happy with the results so far. So hopefully I can keep it going.
Very good. What do you know? Is this the last year of eligibility for collegiate ball, or do you?
No, so I just finished my sophomore year, so I got 2 years left at Catholic, which is going to be exciting. I think we made the tournament my first 2 years at school. My little brother's a rising freshman coming to join the team as well, so we're going to get some youth coming into the program. We've lost a couple guys to the transfer portal, which is I'm incredibly happy for them, and I think it speaks to the talent we have at our school. But now we got to kind of retool and get ready to go again. So thankfully, I got 2 more years at least to play in baseball, and I'm enjoying it.
Adam, can you describe what we hear about the transfer portal a lot, in different college sports. Can you explain for the non-journeyman how they don't it is?
Yeah, the transfer portal now in NCAA sports is you have an option to switch schools. Simple as that. If you don't like your current situation or you're looking for a new opportunity, you can enter yourself into the portal, which makes yourself accessible to any college coach to start talking to you about bringing you to a new program. For some guys, they didn't play a ton where they were, and that was the case for Gio, and he's found a new home at Siena College. Other guys, especially like we were talking last time with Lee here, like sometimes